was able to kind of connect with him, you can quickly tell this is a high-level coach, really great communicator. The energy, the juice that he brings, he's been doing this at a high level in college for a long time, and he even slid into the combine process, and he slid in and just started going. It was really, really impressive.
When those conversations with Derek Carr were occurring, was there any point with you or his agent saw the trade or kind of exploring his options?
We just talked about our obviously confidence in this situation and the ability for him to have success here. I think we got a great group here, from the players, the coaching staff, to the environment that we're going to be able to create for him. I felt really, really good and comfortable with what we're going to be able to provide.
You mentioned earlier about going through the process at your opening presser. How soon into the process did you know Derek was your guy, or did you know right away?
Yeah, I certainly take this job with the intentions of some of the top players being here, and we felt very comfortable with them. Obviously, anytime you go through these things, it's great to connect first as people and build those relationships and go from there. And so, I'm really, really excited.
How did today's trade kind of fit into what you guys want to do defensively?
I think just in general, as we're building this roster, I think, again, building it up front, with size and the ability to stop the run, and obviously you need the pass rush in obvious passing situations, and we'll just continue to find different ways that we can utilize that, and that'll be a focus of ours.
Tom, is there like a chemistry process that you got to go through with just like Mickey and Jeff and the pro scouts, just like in communicating and learning how to communicate with them?
Like any walk of life, communication is critical, and so there's a lot of conversations, and we just kind of get used to the rhythm and the timing of everything. And so I feel fortunate to get a chance to team up with these guys. This group with Mickey and Jeff and Kai, Michael. These guys have been doing it for a while, and so there's great experience there.
How aggressive do you plan to be over the next couple of days in free agency? How aggressive?
You're certainly ready to adjust and go at any point. And so certainly there's a lot of guys on our current team that are guys that we'd like to talk through from a contract perspective, and then guys around the league. And so we evaluate a lot of these guys, had a lot of conversations, and now it's just applying that as these conversations continue.
What was it about Joel Thomas that stood out to you about him getting that promotion to associate head coach?
Yeah, Joel's an excellent running back coach. I think he's an excellent leader. I think there's a lot of leadership that's going to come with Joel coming back here that we're really, really excited about, and the things that he can, not just the running back room, but for the entire team. He's going to be a big key role in this thing.
A lot of work to try and build synergy, maybe off the field. Because you have so many people trying to get to know each other firsthand, right? They went to Pelicans game the other day.
Yeah, certainly that's a big part of this. Obviously, you're really excited when you get to team up as a group. Certainly on the coaching staff, guys who have kind of come from a lot of different spaces around the NFL and college football as well. And so now it's about us just connecting and building that togetherness. And so any chance we get, together, whether it be a workout, whether it be dinner, Pelicans game certainly last week, we'll just keep trying to grab opportunities just as we find situations to do that. And obviously that'll coincide when the players show up as well. So
Could I ask about Chase Asma, just your connection with him? What attracted you to him?
Worked with Chase in Dallas, phenomenal coach, phenomenal person, love his energy. He's a really special coach, and so we were fired up to have a chance to get him, put him in the position of the tight end room. I think he's been growing each and every time in the NFL, and so we feel really excited.
Similar question for Joel. Have you worked with him before? Obviously, we're familiar with him here. What drew you to him?
I had never worked with Joel before, but heard so many great things, certainly with his time here. Some of the other connections when he was in college football, relationships are a huge part of this thing. And so, as you go through the process, you hear names, more and more. And so Joel's name was one that was very prominent around this whole league. We were fortunate to have an opportunity to bring him back, and the associate head coach role will give him kind of a role where a leadership part of this thing will be really, really important, where he can kind of do some leadership stuff across our entire team.
So it wasn't just a Idaho Vandal quota that you
Trust me, it's a hard thing for me to have 3 Vandals on the staff, so I'm a Boise State guy.
Coach, you talk to the players wherever you've been, and they say that you instill confidence and you take input a lot from the individual players. Where did you do that?
The players
Ultimately,
ultimately, yeah.
Way of coaching.
Well, I'm saying the players are ultimately the guys that make plays, and so I think this thing is a collaborative effort. It's a lot of fun. We do it together. Sometimes the point of view of the player is very, very valuable, and it helps us educate ourselves whether we need to teach better, make an adjustment, whatever it may be. And so I think that's the value of this: teaming up with people, doing it the right way, building it together. Certainly in college football, when I was there with Chris Peterson at Boise State, that was a huge example to me, just the leader that he was.
The coaching staff has a lot of people with ties to both New Orleans and to the entire state of Louisiana. How intentional were you in that regard?
certainly there's some intention and some value in having guys who've been down here, been in Louisiana, and have exposure to this place, and just the special community that it is. Certainly, you could recognize that very quickly. And so, certainly when we had the opportunity to team up with a few guys who've been down here, we were fired up to do it.
And one of the guys, of course,
Doug
being
Nussmeier with you guy you worked with for the last several years. How beneficial is that relationship?
Yeah, I've been fortunate to team up with Doug now since Dallas, Los Angeles, and Philadelphia, and so we spent a lot of time together. We speak the same language, we talk the same way, we complement each other, we have different strengths, and so I think it's a very valuable opportunity for me, especially transitioning to the head coach role. Being able to lean on him with some of the offensive stuff would be hugely valuable.
Yeah, and you have a guy with head coaching experience as your defensive coordinator too. Just kind of what went into that decision.
Yeah, certainly a very valuable component. Brandon's been in these shoes. He's been a head coach in this league. He's coordinated some of the top defense in this league as well, and so his experience, his exposure, I think his ability to play multiple styles will benefit us. Our ability to adjust, week in and week out.
We have time for two more.
Somebody said the Nussmeiers have two of the biggest spots in Louisiana football, the quarterback down the road and your offensive coordinator. What have you observed their relationship as father and son, I guess, over the years and his impact on Garrett?
Yeah, certainly the Nussmeier family is really special to us. Being around Doug for such a long time and watching Garrett go through his high school journey. Colton's going through his now back in Texas right now, and so they're special people. They do it the right way. Certainly, we've been huge Garrett Nussmeier fans from afar, watching their games for a long time now, especially this past year. And so, for Doug and Garrett to be close by, I think there's no better setting.
and to have another LSU guy on your staff with Bo Davis. I mean, what was it about him that really drew you to want to have him on the staff, and how exciting do you think it is to have him here now?
Yeah, big time coach. Bo's obviously a big time coach who's done in the NFL, done in the SEC for a long time. It felt like it was just a really good opportunity for us to team up with an excellent defensive line coach. And so obviously his exposure to this area obviously is beneficial. A lot of these guys that were going through the draft process, he's been recruiting those guys, or dealing with the transfer portal. He knows all these kids, and so it's going to be a huge benefit for us.
Now, Kellen, when you talk about a mentor like Coach Linehan, talk a little bit about that and what his role and about him and your development, him being a mentor.
Yeah. Scott's gonna be a great addition to our staff. A guy who obviously I've been tied to closely for a long time, just as far as playing in Detroit under him, going to Dallas, and then obviously transitioning and coaching in many ways because of him. And so he's got a lot of experience in this league, a lot of experience in football. We'll be able to lean into that. He'll be able to help us as we build the system, and then obviously help us throughout each and every week with the game plans and some of those different things.